Website treatmentwiki.com presents mesothelioma. Consider the causes of mesothelioma. Common causes of mesothelioma are as random genetic mutation that turns normal cells into malignant ones. These cells proliferate uncontrollably and die, as it is necessary in normal cells. The result is a cancerous tumor, poisoning other cells and impair the operation of the whole organism. The exact cause of mesothelioma is unknown. It is assumed that the risk of mutation of cells in the mesothelium increases due to a genetic predisposition, multiplied by the effect of environmental factors, toxins, infections, etc. Mesothelioma causes, risk factors. The main well-known risk factor for this type of cancer is exposure to asbestos. Asbestos, a mineral that is widely distributed in nature. Asbestos fibers are extremely resistant to heat, which makes them very useful material in construction. Asbestos was used in insulation for pipes, brake systems, finishing materials, etc. When asbestos is broken, for example, in mining or installation, the dust rises into the air when a person inhales dust. Asbestos particles are deposited in the respiratory tract of the digestive system, which leads to irritation of the tissues. As a result of long exposure to asbestos occurs asbestosis, as well as an increased risk of mesothelioma. It may take 20 to 40 years of daily work with asbestos that arose as a result of mesothelioma. Some people even after 40 years of exposure to asbestos are no problem. Another fairly short exposure to the tumor originated. This suggests that there are still some factors that affect the appearance of mesothelioma. For example, a genetic predisposition to cancer that causes mesothelioma. Possible risk factors. History of asbestos in the past, especially for a long time, living in areas where asbestos is mined or processed. Asbestos fibers can settle on skin or clothing. In this way, the worker may be exposed to a carcinogen. Members of his family. People who work with asbestos have to change clothes and take a shower right in the enterprise. Simian virus, previously used in vaccines against polio. Studies have shown a link between the simian virus SV40 and mesothelioma. Millions of people were exposed to SV40 virus during a mass vaccination against polio in the 1950s and 1960s. Once Western scientists found an association of this virus with certain types of cancer in people with a dangerous vaccine was discontinued. Radiation. The first alarm bell rang a few decades ago, when researchers linked the radioactive substance thorium dioxide with the risk of mesothelioma. Thorium dioxide is widely used in the West for X-ray studies from the 1920s to the 1950s. Modern research has also found a link between exposure to the chest and pleural mesothelioma. Such exposure is prescribed for breast cancer or lymphoma. Family history. Mesothelioma in blood relatives is a risk factor for the disease, but some scientists believe that this theory is not sufficiently justified.